Hey there, sales managers, directors of sales, executive vice presidents of sales and marketing, chief marketing officers, chief revenue officers, small business owners who are responsible for your sales force directly. Bill Shaka here. Welcome to my home in Tamarindo, Costa Rica, and welcome to another edition of Crush Your Company's Quota. Look at that landscape. Isn't that beautiful? Could you tell we're in the middle of green season? I will tell you, it is green out there. I feel like I got buried in a head of lettuce. Everywhere I look, all I see is green. Really, really great. Okay, today, how do we turn failure into a success? How do we coach our salespeople into feeling as though they did not fail? Well, the answer to that is very simple. They didn't fail. Let me give it to you in a dichotomous kind of situation, but I'll try to meld these together after that. Your salespeople should eat in every sales call that they go on, every sales transaction, every interpersonal meeting that they have. They should leave with one of two things: a sale or some experience. They should either make money or make some change in their behavior. Consequently, you are either successful, made the sale, or you learned. Didn't make the sale, but I got something out of it for future sales. Now, here's why this is important. Take a look at your salespeople's numbers. You'll hear me talk about numbers all the time. Chances are your salespeople are selling 1 or 2 out of every 10 people that they're in contact with. In other words, they're not selling the vast majority of individuals that they're seeing. That's cool. What are they learning from that? Are you coaching them on that? What nugget of knowledge, golden nugget of knowledge, did they get from every, nah, thank you? Because they should. What can they change in their presentation? What can they change in their question asking? How can they alter their close? Do they need to develop more self-confidence or more self-esteem? Do they need to develop more assertiveness in their communication? I don't know. You don't know. But you got to ask that question. See, if you have a form that's a sales report out, and the sales report out could actually be the notes that the individual takes in their in their sales calls. I used to have a form, and we had a very specific sales sequence that we had to follow when I was doing training locally in the Northeast Pennsylvania area, and I had salespeople working for me. And the form had a box on it for you. There was a box, and the box is where you drew the organizational chart. And there was a reason why we had that. I won't bore you with the details. And then there were other questions, such as number of employees. That was very important to the breadth and depth of the business we were going to do. Annual revenue, if they would share that information. What kind of business they were in. Did they know their SIC code or whatever the hell it's called now? And so forth. So I had a whole bunch of information, and then there was a place to take notes. And I added something to it later on, and I wish I added it earlier. And the last question on the second page, it was an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and it was double printed. The second page, what did you learn? And what I found is that as I experimented with asking that question, and as I coached individuals through, I got some fairly good answers. Here's what I learned from this today. I asked a question that blew up the interview. I said, really, what happened? And they explained the situation to me. And they said, I shouldn't have asked that question. They said I shouldn't have asked that question. I said, you're exactly right. What are you going to do next time? He said, well, I'm going to stay away from that particular topic. There's what one person learned, I'll never forget, was not insulting the competition. An individual that he was talking to try to sell training, did training with another company, and insulted that company, said, they're really not that good. And the person said, well, in other words, what you're saying is my decision making isn't that good. And the salesperson tried to resurrect that and say, well, we do have a course on decision making. That's where the interview ended. I was able to do some reconnaissance on that by going in to see the individual, because it was a rather large account. And but the point is this: by coaching the individual through that question, what did you learn today? They learned to never insult what the other person's using right now, because it's a direct insult to their decision-making process. Folks, there's a million things that your salespeople can learn, and there's a million ways for you to coach them through that learning process. The more you do that, and the more your salesperson learns, the greater your ability to crush your company's quota. And isn't that what it's all about? Isn't that why we're here? Hey, check out my goal-setting course. I think you'll enjoy it. Bye.